Hey, Troop. In recent weeks, after U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran, Tehran launched a massive retaliatory campaign using waves of ballistic missiles and attack drones. These weapons have targeted Israeli cities and U.S. military bases across the Gulf. So let's take a look at some of the primary systems that Iran is deploying right now. The star of Iran's arsenal is the Shahed-136, a low-cost propeller-driven suicide drone. Iran has already used over 2,000 of them in the first weeks of the war alone, and we don't know how large their arsenal is because it's stored underground. These one-way attack drones fly low and slow, saturating air defenses. They're cheap to produce, just tens of thousands of dollars each, but they force the U.S. and Israel to continue expending million-dollar interceptors. Targets include U.S. bases in Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, and the UAE, plus infrastructure in Israel. Their sheer numbers make them a major headache despite high interception rates. Iran is also firing hundreds of medium-range ballistic missiles, systems like the Emad, Ghadr, and the Kheibar Shekan. These travel at hypersonic speeds in their terminal phase and carry conventional warheads. Some we've seen with cluster munitions, and dozens have reached Israeli territory, causing civilian injuries and damage, while others have struck U.S.-linked bases in the Gulf. Israel's Arrow system and U.S. defensive have intercepted most, but the volume is now starting to put a strain on those stockpiles. Iran had thousands in its inventory before the conflict. Analysts say that hundreds of launchers still remain operational right now. Iran's proxies amplify the pressure. Hezbollah in Lebanon is launching rockets and drones at northern Israel, and Iranian-backed Iraqi militias are using smaller drones and rockets against U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria. The Houthis have signaled that they may resume Red Sea attacks with anti-ship missiles and drones. This axis of resistance gives Iran deniability and spreads U.S. and Israeli forces thin across the region. Iran's strategy relies on their mass, asymmetry, and low-cost systems to overwhelm expensive Western defenses. While interception rates remain high, the sustained barrage is testing supply lines and forcing difficult choices. The situation remains fluid, and we're watching in real time how these inexpensive weapon systems are reshaping how modern conflicts are fought. Currently, we're being told that this conflict is coming to an end, but the current buildup taking place right now would indicate a very different story. I believe we'll see boots on the ground in the very near future. There are several options to kick off ground operations, including taking Karg Island, which everyone seems to be pointing to. However, I don't believe that would be the wisest option. You have to weigh the risk versus the reward, and it would be an extremely costly mission. You should check out my rundown on why taking Karg Island would be difficult, even for the U.S. military. Be sure to stay updated and stay informed. Give Charlie Victor Vet a follow and help us grow our veteran safety nets. Charlie Victor, we've got your 6.